There's the right tool for the job, and then there's the right tool that seems to work for every job. And that's this truck. Hey everyone, it's Josh at Kenworth of Richfield. Once again, I want to thank you for tuning in this week. This week, we've got the Swiss Army knife that kind of comes across as a plain Jane. And next week, I'm going to have the polar opposite for that. So make sure you're subscribed so you can see that. So in this, let's get down to talk about this 2020 T880 and why this truck is really the perfect truck for almost any job out there. So I call this in some cases our Swiss Army truck. It's like the Swiss Army knife I had as a kid. It's nothing really flashy, but it's got every tool that you need on it and a few extras in case you get into a sticky situation. So going with the mantra that I've used a few times before, let's start at the front and go to the back. Out at the very front, we've got the tow hook here. We know some days this truck may get into a situation that it may not get out of. I know it sounds like something out of the Dukes of Hazzard, but we'll go with it. With that, this front bumper, it's angled back to match the contour of the fender, but also angled up here so that way if you get into a situation where you need this extra clearance out here, you've got it. If you're backing up, you're much less likely to catch the bumper on something and bend it. Back here, we've got the composite reflector headlights, which do a really good job of shining the light down and on the road, but far enough ahead you've got plenty of time to see what's coming up. This Kenworth grill that I know I talk about a lot, but this is all metal. The reason why I talk about it so much is it seems like every day on my way into the office, I look in my rearview mirror and there's some other brand of truck that's got a hole or just a grill that looks like it needs dental work. You never see that with these. Stone, Bird, anything like that, it's going to lose, not the grill. With this being the Swiss Army truck, as I've mentioned, under the hood, we've got a Cummins. This is the X15. It's the 485 horsepower, 1,650 foot-pound of torque version. This is the Performance Series motor. That means you've got an extra 200 RPM to work with on the top side, just in case you need that. Behind it in this one is the Eaton Fuller 10-speed manual transmission. Now that's going to make a lot of you guys happy with this one having 3 pedals. Most of the trucks that we do for this company though have the 10-speed automated transmission. Really, when it comes down to it, some guys like the shift, some don't. The automated transmission, well, I've talked about that, and from the looks of the view count on it, you guys have watched it. Either way, I think it's a win-win in this truck. So holding everything up in the front end here, Alcoa Durabrite wheels. Wrapped around those is Michelin 11R 22.5s. Now inside of those Alcoa wheels is the new standard for Kenworth. We've got disc brakes up front on this truck. There's 13,200 pounds for the front axle and for the front suspension on this one. It's everything you need. Normally when you look at the side of the truck, you think kind of plain, and this being a white truck, you think that too, but there's actually a lot of thought that goes into this type of stuff. First off, the polished toolbox cover over the DPF system here. It's that added look to it, and especially with that tank back there, 2 of them together, it's a nice match. It really gives the truck that finished look. In front of that though, we've got the standard Kenworth mirrors. Heated, power, it's got the convex mirror on the bottom, and the way they're mounted, and I'm 200 pounds. Do that with some other trucks and the door's coming with it. This truck's also got a 75-gallon hydraulic tank mounted to it. Now, The 2 steps here give you access to the deck plate, but we wanted this truck ready to go for whatever you may need to use it for. Need to put a wet line on? It's ready. Now with that, let's go a little further back and I'll show you exactly how we went even further on making sure it's ready to handle everything. It's got 120 gallons of fuel, which I just stepped on my way up here. It's 11 gallons of DEF right behind me. Battery box with shutoffs is right there too. This truck's got the standard pogo stick. Got your air hoses here. Don't worry, electrical cord's inside. In this, on the back of the cab, there's the handle here if you want to run that instead, but we've also got the work lights here. That way, flip those on from inside of the cab, you're backing up to a trailer. You actually can see what's going on if you're either working late into the night or if maybe you're an early bird. This truck's got full deck plating here, which I'm sitting on. Behind it, this is one of those ways that we got ultra versatile. This is a Yoast or Jost, however you want to say it. I've heard it both ways, in fact, even I think at the manufacturer. But nonetheless, it's a convertible fifth wheel. Pull this pin, that slides out. Obviously, you have to do the same thing on the other side. Fifth wheel can come forward. That can go down. Those both go down. We've got a tilting fifth wheel. You're running a frameless dump? Well, guess what? Flop that back up. Put this back over here. Pin goes in. You're done. It's that simple. Because let's say you've got multiple dump trailers in multiple styles. This, solution to all those problems. So when it comes to the back end here, once again, versatility, versatility, and versatility with this. Michelin's 11R 22.5. Outside, once again, Alcoa Durabrite. And by the way, I really like these slotted wheels. Let me know what you guys think about them. To me, they're my personal favorites, but to each their own. On the insides, we've got steel wheels. Once again, help keep that cost down. Make sure we stay versatile with stuff. Inside of all that, we've got the AG400 suspension. Once again, 8 airbags, super versatile suspension. The thing that I like about this suspension is it's non-torque reactive. Your driveline angles always stay the same. To me, that is just such a huge benefit when it comes to driveline wear, traction, and the ability to get good articulation out of it. If you're going to be running a dump trailer, those are really the 3 things that you need. If you're running another type of trailer, well, just the smooth ride it's going to give you should be enough to convince you to go with it. So I know I tell you guys that the interior is typically one of my favorite areas of the truck. And this one still is. It's a leather-wrapped smart wheel. It's got the nice new black inserts in the door. It's got standard gauge package, plus it's got oil temp, trans temp, boost, and suspension gauge on it. It's well appointed, but there's nothing over the top in here. It doesn't have the Nav Plus system in it. It's got the standard stereo. I mean, you've got your traction control, you've got differential lockers, but once again, nothing that's really you don't need other than just Swiss Army knife stuff. Now that we've gone through it, I think you guys can see why I've dubbed this the Swiss Army truck. It's just such a versatile package. And like I said, whether it's 10-speed automated, 10-speed manual, this truck just fits to so many different places. The wheelbase, being as short as it is, makes that literally so. 185 on this. So with all that, what are your thoughts on this truck? Do me a favor, leave that in the comments below. As always, if you think we earned it, give us the thumbs up on this. Do me a favor, make sure that you're subscribed. Next week's truck, it's the total opposite, and I'm so excited to put that on film. Nonetheless, stay safe out there, keep it rubber side down. Catch you guys on the flip side.
Yes!